Hello, Professor Toybox here along with Aladdin, and today I'm going to start building the palace dungeon that I showed you last time. This toy box is based on alpha footage of the Disney Infinity 4.0 Kingdoms project that was released last year. I'll show you some clips from that video as we go along so you can see what it is I'm trying to build. I did my best to try to figure out the dungeon layout from the different scenes in the video and then recreate it using the building pieces that are available in the 3.0 toy box. The first area I want to build is the dungeon entrance. Here's what the original entrance looked like in the alpha video. In their design, the player enters a dungeon by dropping through a hole into a cave and then following a tunnel that appears to lead to a room that's blocked off by an iron gate. The room turns to the right, and we can see another iron gate with a large room beyond and a staircase that goes up to the left. The floor appears to be dirt, or possibly sand, and the walls are built out of stone blocks. Also note the walls have a lot of curves. They're not always straight. So as we get started, you'll note that I've already set the sky by placing my Jasmine's Palace View power disc on the Disney Infinity base. The player will never see the sky in this toy box, but they will hear the music, and that will help tie it in with the previous toy box. I've also turned off the music with this boombox so you can hear me a little bit better. The next thing I want to do is set the terrain style that I'm going to use, and even though I'm not going to keep this terrain block, I'll use this to set the style, and I'm going to choose the Buried Treasures theme from the Pirates of the Caribbean playset, and I'll set that to be my theme. This is about the closest match to the floor that I've found in the alpha footage, and we'll go ahead and drop a new piece of terrain because again I'm not going to use that, and we'll put this one out here like that, and then I'll select the next size larger, and I want to center it on the edge of this piece of terrain about like that. We can adjust it if we need to. And the entrance for my dungeon is going to start over here on this piece. And it's not going to be quite the same as the alpha video. I don't have a cave. The entrance to my dungeon is through an opening in the back of the palace wall, so I had to adjust the entrance that I saw in the alpha video so it made more sense with my design. And for the palace walls, we're going to use the Dunbrock Castle textures up under Building Sets Group 6. And the first one I'm going to drop is this piece, one block from the right edge of that terrain block. We'll put this like that. The next piece we'll place here, and then I'll grab this 2x3 and place it on the other side like that. And I'll put two of them. And this is framing in the entrance to the dungeon. And then I'll grab this 3x3, and I want this plain side to be the side that the player sees, because those windows don't really fit the Agrabah style. And so put that there like that, and then pick up another 2x2, put that over here, put another one, whoops, like this, and then we'll add a curve, and another curve off the corner, because again in the alpha footage we didn't see any too many flat pieces. Then I'm going to frame in the wall for the other side of this. There's another room over here. And so that will look plain for that side of the wall, for the room on that side. And then we'll put another curved piece right over here like that. And a 3x3 next to that, with the plain side facing out. And then we come to the corner, and I have a little bit of a dilemma because I want this plain side to be there, but that puts a window over there that doesn't really fit. And so instead we'll use this 2x2 and put that here with this one block wide one behind it. And so that kind of solves the problem for us. And then we can put the 3x3 over here. And I need two of those. with one of these out here like that. And then an archway for the entrance to the big cavernous area. So I'll put this here, and you'll note the texture on the inside of that is different on either side of the arch. So to keep that from being repetitive, I'll flip that around like that. And so as you look down the interior of that, it doesn't look quite so repetitive. So I like that. And then another 3x3, and I'm going to line it up over here like this. Yep. And then another 2x2 here and one out here. And then I'm going to put one of these in for a spacer. That's where the stairs are going to go. And then a couple more 3x3s to fill in this side. And it looks like that floor is not quite aligned with where I want it to be. And so I'm going to bring this over so that it's on the edge of that block, like that. Then I'll pick that piece up and drop it. And then we'll put a couple of these along here. That way the edge of that lines up pretty well with that. So that's good. And then we need a couple of round pieces. Like this. And I'm kind of framing in the interior passageway here. So that's looking nice. And then we'll pick up the 3x3s, put it with the door facing out, just to make this easy on ourselves. And then if you're on a PC, you could just drop another 3x3 here, because you're not going to have access to the rocket engines that are part of the Marvel Battlegrounds set. But since I do, I'm going to put these blocks in here and leave room for those rocket engines under there. But again, if you're on a PC, you can just throw a 3x3 down there, and I'll show you an alternative when we get to that point as to what you can build. And then we're going to come down to the blocks drawer, and I want to put a gate across here, and the gate is only 2 blocks high, so I need a spacer in here. And so we'll put this block in, and I'm going to style this to use the Dunbrock Castle texture. I have to go to the right for that. Unfortunately, it reset this list on me. But I don't think I have to go too far. It's just past the water. There it is. I'll set that to be my theme. Now we have room for the gate under there. And I'll set another one over here. And that makes room for that locked gate. And now we need the stairs that go up to this little landing area up here. And I'm going to line that up with the back over here. And again, that doesn't go all the way up, and I explained why in the playthrough video last time. And then it doesn't really matter how we orient this one, because the player's only going to see the top surface of this. So we'll just put these like so. And this will be the floor for the upper room here, where the well was. And now I'm going to need to leave a little bit of space here for one block, and you'll see why in a moment. fill this in, we'll just use a couple of these tall blocks like that. And then I'm going to put this one on the front with this smaller castle corner here like that. Okay, it's starting to come together. I like the way that looks. Let's go ahead and fill in this little area up here. So we're going to frame this room in, which means I need to add some walls. And we're going to put 3 of these like that. And another 2 of these over here like this. Something's not right. Let's see. Actually, what I need, this one needs to go like that. And then this one slides over like this. That's better. I like that better. And then this one goes in there like so. And now this one does matter for the orientation because we want the plain side to be facing the player. And then this piece fits right over top of that little block that we put in there. And so that's why I had stuck that little block down so there wouldn't be a hole there. And I wanted this piece to be here so that it filled the whole width of this corridor. And then this one needs to be filler so there's not a gap there. So now we have our little room where the well will go. Now the last piece we'll fill in today is back here at the entrance. And again, we came from the outside of the palace. And so I want it to kind of look like it's descending into the dungeon. And so for that, we're going to use these stairs in the blocks drawer. Like that. And then this floor will sit right up here like this. And so there isn't a gap, we'll stick another one of these 1x3s underneath behind the stairs like so. And then I'm going to come down here and pick up the starting pad. If I can select it. There we go. And we'll bring that up and stick it right up here like that. So the player will start up there, and then I can delete that block because we don't need that anymore. And so this way, as we enter this area and come in from the palace exterior, it'll feel like we're actually descending into the dungeon, even though we're actually just going down one level of stairs here, 1 block in height. It still feels like we're coming down into the dungeon, and so I like that. And the corridor is not straight. The walls are kind of curved, just like we saw in the video. And I like that. That looks pretty good. I think it's a good start. And I'm going to leave the roof off for now because that'll make this easier to access. We'll put that on at the end. So there's our dungeon entrance. Next time I'll start building the first of 2 large chambers that make up the main dungeon area. Until then, I want to thank you for watching, and thank you to all of my subscribers for your positive feedback. I appreciate your comments, and I read them all, even if I don't respond to each and every one. If you're not a subscriber yet, all you have to do is click my photo in the lower right corner of this video, or the follow button on my blog, and then you won't miss a single episode. And if you want to build this toy box on your own console or PC, be sure to check out my blog, where you'll find floor plans and logic diagrams to help you out. That's all for me today. I'll see you next time.